This is my review of the digital measuring tool. So first of all, it comes with a instruction manual. It's okay. It's not the best written. There's a few parts that I thought were a little bit confusing. Comes with a mini charge cable, so USB-A to USB-C. So it's nice that they're not using legacy micro USB. Comes with kind of a plastic or cheap case and a wrist strap. The unit itself is super lightweight. It almost feels like a toy. And you'll see there's no battery door on the back because it has a built-in battery. So there's where the charge port is. And the cool thing about this is kind of like the screen to do the measuring, and then it's got a laser so you can do it from one side, but it also has one from the other side as well. So you could stand like right in the middle of the room and it will just measure the entire thing without you having to, run to one far side of the wall like you would for a traditional measuring tool. Turning it on, you can just hit the read button and it'll come on. It's got a really nice screen actually. So it's got black at the background and the white characters, and some are red. There's like high contrast, so I found it fairly easy to read. By default, when you turn it on, it'll do both lasers. So if I say just kind of put my hand there and try to do a measurement between this and the end of the couch, it'll do, you'll see it'll give me two measurements. So it'll give me the measurement sort of in the front, in behind, and the total measurement of all, including the unit itself. But you can switch this, so you can kind of go through the different modes. So if you wanted to shoot just sort of like the laser in front, you can do that, and then it won't include the length of the unit itself. Or if you're putting it right to the back of something, you can include the unit as well. There's a few different features there, so I think that's actually pretty cool. And if you hold this down for a little while, it'll change the unit. So it'll do metrics, so like meters with a decimal. And if you hold it down for a few more seconds, it'll do feet. So it'll be like feet with a decimal. So 1.5 feet would be like 1.5. Or you can do just inches with a decimal, or you can do feet and inches. So I think that one's sort of cool too, because it'll give you the full readout. So 1 foot 2 inches and a quarter, and I think it goes down to a 1/16. There, I just tried it again. So that's probably about the smallest increment. So I got 11/16 on that one. And if you want to do add a bunch of measurements together, you can just hit this plus button, and you can also subtract as well. And as you go through doing more and more measurements, the measurements will just kind of scroll along here, and it will constantly give you the running total on the bottom, which is also, I think, pretty cool. And then once you're sort of done that, you can just hit the clear button. And it's got a bunch more advanced features that you can access with this button, which I think is really nice. So like say if you wanted to get the square footage of a room, then the square will come up and it'll actually blink red so you know which dimension you're scanning. So you can get your first reading, and then it'll show you that the next sort of area that you should scan. So I'll just kind of, put something a little bit fictitious just for the example. And then it'll even say square feet on the bottom and do the calculation for you. And it'll give you the dimensions up on top. So you can kind of go through it, but it'll do like volume, Pythagoras. So this is kind of neat. So like say if you were standing in one corner of a room and you wanted to measure that back wall, I could simply measure this area and then aim the laser at that corner, and then it'll give me the measurement of the wall without actually having to walk back. Another neat thing there is a memory mode. So it will remember all of the measurements that I've done, and there's like a number there, so I can kind of scroll through it, and then it'll say the measurement I did. So this was like length, and it will, even if I shut off the unit, remember what the measurements were. And like if I did volume or something like that, then this icon will change. And another cool thing is it doesn't matter how I hold it, the screen will just automatically rotate, so it's easier to read. And overall, so far, I found it pretty accurate with measurements. So in summary though, I think it's a really great unit. Like it has a ton of different features. You'll probably want to keep the manual because some of them are a little bit harder to understand without reading it. But yeah, overall it's very handy. I'm pretty impressed with it. And it's very compact.
Donc, petite présentation de ce laser, j'appelle ça un laser mètre. Voilà, mètre laser. Moi, j'ai eu un petit peu de mal au début parce que je connaissais pas du tout ces appareils-là, mais après, avec le mode d'emploi, on regarde un peu sur internet et on apprend vite fait. C'est très pratique, hein, vraiment. Là, ça prend les deux côtés. Je vais montrer le laser. Voilà, on le voit ici. Et là aussi. Donc ça prend des deux côtés. Ou d'un seul. Vous voyez, on peut vraiment changer. Il y a vraiment plein de choses. Après là, on remet à zéro le son. Voilà. Bon, après, toutes les formes là, je les connais pas. Mais en tout cas, pour moi, je suis un débutant et j'utilise et c'est très pratique. C'est facile à utiliser.
Mein Problem, ich möchte die Fläche der Wand berechnen. Das Gerät einschalten. Ich gehe auf den Modus Flächenberechnung. Sage, ich möchte jetzt nur in eine Richtung messen. Ich nehme die erste Messung vor. Und zwar die Höhe. Das ist kein Problem. Jetzt muss ich natürlich anschließend von hier aus zur linken Seite weiter messen, aber das Messgerät, wenn ich es drehe, egal was ich mache, er will immer nur zur rechten Seite weiter messen.
Non va, non funziona.